Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Shawn saved Miguel from Kyler during the events of Cobra Kai Season 1? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 1 would still happen. Miguel would still move to the valley, and those events would stay the same. Miguel would still be at the convenience store, and in this timeline, Johnny wouldn't be there. Instead, it would be Shawn and Kenny. Shawn wouldn't be in juvie just yet. This is when Kyler and his friends would show up, and they would start messing with Miguel. Kenny and Shawn would see the situation, and Shawn would want to leave, but Kenny would want to convince Shawn to help Miguel, so Shawn would intervene, and he would stand up for Miguel, but Kyler would tell Shawn to mind his own business, and he would want to shove Shawn. This would make Shawn mad, and he would punch Kyler. Kyler would fall on the ground, and the rest of Kyler's friends would want to fight Shawn. Kyler would get up, and he would attack Shawn. Shawn would start fighting Kyler and his friends, and he would use his strength against them, but Kyler's friends would start overpowering Shawn. Kenny would see his brother losing, and he would want to interfere, so Kenny would get on top of one of Kyler's friends, and he would want to get him off of Shawn, but his friends would shove Kenny off of him. This would make Shawn mad, and he would continue fighting Kyler and his friends. Miguel would see that Kenny got hurt, and he would want to tell Kenny to run. Kyler and his friends would team up against Shawn, and they would start winning. This is when the police would show up, and they would stop the fight. Everyone would be detained, except Miguel and Kenny, and the next day, Shawn would be released, and Kenny would be happy to see Shawn. Miguel would find out where Kenny and Shawn lived, and he would go visit them. Miguel would want to thank Shawn for saving him, but Shawn wouldn't want anything to do with Miguel, and he would want to kick Miguel out, but Kenny would want to talk to Miguel. He would tell Miguel to excuse his brother, that he wasn't the social type, and Kenny and Miguel would start to become friends, and the events of Cobra Kai Season 1 would carry on. Miguel would still become friends with Eli and Dimitri. Kyler and his friends would still mess with Miguel, Eli, and Dimitri, and those events would stay the same. Season 1 would be pretty uneventful. Johnny and Daniel would continue living their lives, and they wouldn't interact, so Johnny would never reopen Cobra Kai in this timeline. And by Season 2, Shawn would still find out that one of his friends was stealing from his parents, so he would still beat them up, and he would still go to juvie. Kenny would be upset, and he would tell Miguel. Miguel would be worried about Shawn and Kenny, and without Shawn around, Miguel would want to protect Kenny, so Miguel would become like an older brother to Kenny, much like Robbie was in the original timeline. Only since Miguel didn't know karate, he wouldn't train him, and the bond between Miguel and Kenny would grow. Miguel, Eli, and Dimitri would continue to be bullied throughout the year. The events of Season 2 and Season 3 would be pretty uneventful. Anthony would still want to bully Kenny, but in this timeline, Kenny would go to Miguel, and Miguel would find out that Kenny was bullied by Anthony LaRusso, so Miguel would want to resolve things in a peaceful way. So Miguel would want to talk to Sam, and at first, Miguel would be nervous, but he would eventually build up enough courage to talk to Sam, but he would eventually tell Sam that Anthony was bullying Kenny, so Sam would confront Anthony, and she would put a stop to it. So Anthony would apologize to Kenny in this timeline, and things would be resolved peacefully. Season 4 and Season 5 would be pretty uneventful, but overall things would be a lot more peaceful in this timeline, and that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Shawn saved Miguel from Kyler during the events of Cobra Kai Season 1? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.